Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Comic DJ, and this is going to be my review on Captain America Civil War. Now, I do have to say, I really did enjoy this movie. There was a lot of good things, there was a couple bad, but overall, it was definitely worth seeing, and I would recommend that people do check it out. So, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. Later will come the full spoilers. So, anybody who wants to see it, this is not going to ruin anything for you. This is just going to be my very vague opinion, and I'm going to make it short and sweet for you. So, let's check this out. So the story was just like I thought it was going to be. If you've seen some of my previous videos, what I thought Civil War was going to be, it goes with the comic book, but it's like I said. I mean, it wasn't spot on, but of course they can't make everything spot on. Of course, Spider-Man shows up. If you've seen the trailer, that's not a spoiler or anything. Loved Spider-Man, man. He was so freaking cool. Falcon was way cooler in this one than he usually is. I've always thought Falcon was pretty lame. To be honest, I still think he's kind of lame, but he was actually way cooler in this one, and they gave him some good moves. Captain America, of course, was cool. Iron Man, of course, was cool. Scarlet Witch was freaking awesome, man. I loved hers, like her explosions, her moves, everything about her, man. She was way cooler than she was in the last Avengers movie. And this movie definitely brought together, Winter Soldier, Captain America style with a lot of the Avengers, with potential of more things to come, which I'm not going to ruin for you. And pretty much anything in the trailer shown, I'm going to discuss and say if I liked it. So Black Panther, I thought was really cool, man. I loved his moves. He was kind of limited on what he can do. I haven't really read more than just one comic book from him, issue 1 that just came out. So I can't really say, is that how he is in the comic books? But it was very cool to watch him. It's just, he's kind of limited on what he can do as a physical martial arts kind of fighter, but he's not really martial arts. He's from Africa and everything. Length of the movie, at times for me, it just felt like it was a little long, and it was like, come on. And again, I've read the comic book, love the comic book. That's really why I got back into comic books, was from Civil War, the comic book. And for me, this was great, but it was like, I wish they would have taken a lot more from the comic book, if that makes sense at all, because the comic book for me was perfect. The reason why there is the Civil War in the comic book was just more believable to me, and not just believable, but it had a lot more meaning, right? So in the comic book, there was an elementary school, and it exploded. This guy named Nitro, he was a villain. He killed all these children and everything. And that showed you, like, wow, you know what? These superheroes, these villains, maybe they do need the identity. And I really felt like, even though I never wanted them to show up their identity, I felt like, okay, I can see where they're going with this, because yeah, you know what, man, they are killing kids. But, in this movie, they don't follow that direction. I'll let you find out what that is. And I just felt like it was just more powerful in the comic book. Another pro would definitely be the action. The action was really great, man. I loved the fights when they did fight. I really felt the impact. I do wish that somebody would take some direction from Daredevil. Whoever is directing these fight scenes in Daredevil, like the hallway fight scene in season 2, man, I wish that Marvel or anybody, DC, would learn from Daredevil. If it's the same person, then they're doing a worse job now than they were then. But whoever is directing Daredevil, man, please take some tips, guys. Now, is it a better movie than Batman versus Superman? In my opinion, I would say yes. I wouldn't say it's like way better than Batman versus Superman, but it was better than Batman versus Superman. Like I said, I didn't really enjoy Batman versus Superman, but I didn't hate it. I believe I gave it a 5 out of 10. It was like, for me. At times it was like a 6, but it wasn't phenomenal. So I would say that this held up a lot better than that. I never felt like this was a bad movie. Like I said, it was just like, it's kind of long for me, and I felt like they could have cut a little pieces out here and there. Like the comic book was a lot faster, and it got to the point, and I enjoyed that a little bit more. So again, this is spoiler free, so it's very short and concise. I'm going to go ahead and give this movie a 7 out of 10. It is definitely worth watching. It was a good time. It sets up a lot of other important movies that are going to come out of this. And yeah, definitely recommend it, man. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't watch it again personally. But it was good. And yeah, go out and see it, and let me know what you think in the comments below, and get ready for that spoiler review. Peace, everybody.